What this video is about thinking long-term in building wealth. What does wealth mean? Wealth means that you have enough money to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want it. A lot of people, when they started building wealth, they start to focus on earning a lot of money. But before you can even focus on earning, you need to be focusing on learning. Because the thing that will earn you money is a skill set. And a skill set does not come overnight. It needs to be built. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire. I'm not saying I'm really rich, but I earn a good amount of money. I have financial stability right now after 3 years of hard work, and I live fully remote. So if that's something you admire, it's maybe worthwhile listening to, maybe not. How I build wealth as a nomad. Yes, I'm homeless with a laptop and Wi-Fi, work remote, run my own company, and I have a long-term vision to build wealth for myself. I'm going to be 100% open and honest about my own income streams, about the whole thing that you don't even need that much to be full-time homeless. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I have my laptop over there, so sometimes I will take a look over there to go over the notes so you just won't hear me blab the entire time. And here's the big disclaimer about building wealth in general. A lot of people think that you need a lot of money to build wealth, or to be a digital nomad, or to be homeless with laptop and Wi-Fi, however you want to call it. But in the end, if you literally earn 2 to 3K, somewhere between that, you should be good. Right now, where I'm filming this, I'm in Bangkok, in Thailand, and I literally had dinner last night with some really spicy rice with fried chicken or something like that, and a drink for roughly 350 euros or something. You don't need that much if you go to the right places, but we dive a bit later into that as well. What this video is about thinking long-term in building wealth. What does wealth mean? Wealth means that you have enough money to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want it. And to go back into my own journey in 3 years ago, I started in sales. And a lot of people, when they started building wealth, when they want to become wealthy or whatever, they start to focus on earning a lot of money. But before you can even focus on earning, you need to be focusing on learning. Because the thing that will earn you money is a skill set. And a skill set does not come overnight. Like, it needs to be built. You need someone who can teach you things. You need someone who can give you feedback on the things that you're doing. So before you start building wealth, start building a skill set, because that's the foundation of the wealth that you want to build. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire. I'm not saying I'm really rich, but I earn a good amount of money. I have financial stability right now after 3 years of hard work, and I live fully remote. So if that's something you admire, it's maybe worthwhile listening to, maybe not. And therefore, again, I'm not saying I'm an expert here. I'm just telling you what I am doing. So first, build skill set. My first skill set that I learned was sales. Why I am a big fan of sales is when you know how to sell, you have a good foundation to get around everywhere. You can sell yourself into position. You can sell yourself into learning more, because sales, it's a transactional skill. You learn how to formulate things in a certain way. You learn how to ask questions in a certain way. You'll learn how to play with your tonality in a certain way. And that skill is fundamental when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to networking, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to copywriting. It's a part of marketing, running ads, ad creatives in general. It's a fundamental skill. But what I did first I did not earn that much. I earned like 1,500 euros. That's under minimum wage when I had my first sales positions. Why? Because I knew when I had that position that I was in a phase of learning instead of earning. Now I'm slowly making a transition into earning instead of learning. Well, I, of course, always keep on learning. But the first 3 years were mainly learning, learning, learning. And now I can amplify on what I've learned in the past 3 years by doing really high volume and working 80 hours work week. So now what I do, I of course had my own business where we create AI automations, agents, workflows, and through consulting make sure that you have the right positioning, the right traffic that you get into your company, the right client journey, and the right offer. And then of course I can help you with selling your offer. So in short, we help companies with clarity craft consulting make more money and save them time through the automation that my business partner Fabio is making. Besides that, I have a main income stream through some copywriting that I do. I do some ad creatives there, like some ad copy and some email newsletters that I write. And now and then there comes a side project that comes in sometimes not. So that income stream right now, that's the copywriting and the business. And that brings me also to the next point. Like when you want to build wealth, focus on earning first. So first you have learning before earning. And then when you can start earning, you need to focus on getting more income instead of focusing on investing. So learning, earning, investing. Why? When you earn more, you can invest more. When you invest 200 euros a month in Bitcoin, for example, but you earn 2K a month, you can rather spend 200 euros a month, save that up to buy a good coach, someone with a track record, or invest in a mentor or anything like that, that can help you up to pay down your ignorance debt. Alex Ramosi talks a lot about that as well, to create more income for yourself. So when you create more income for yourself, you can invest more. And a great way to phrase that is first invest in the SME 500 before you invest in the S&P 500. I don't invest in the S&P 500. I invest in Bitcoin because I'm a big believer in Bitcoin. Non-financial advice. That's something official people need to say, I think. Not certain. It's not a financial channel. It's me being a nomad and building my business. Then another good point. So when you focus on earning instead of the investing, then you can also work with financial arbitrage. What that means is going to foreign countries like Southeast Asia. I'm in Thailand, I'm going back to Bali, maybe I'm going back to Vietnam. I'm not sure yet. For me, Portugal, because I come from the Netherlands, is also a place where I have some kind of financial arbitrage. What that means is that you have an income, for example, from the US or from the Netherlands or from more wealthy country or a more developed country. That means your income is high compared to other countries. And then you go to a foreign country, like here in Southeast Asia, where you don't pay that much for a good way of living. So I know in Amsterdam, I paid like 715 to 1,000 euros between there for my rent. And right here, when I want to rent an apartment for a month, you can pay to 500 euros. There you save 200 euros. And not only that, also, like I said, literally my meal this evening costed 350. Well, then if I do some quick math, that's probably wrong. For 400 euros, I eat out all the time. That's it. I eat out all the time. And you literally buy your time back to focus on earning instead of investing, and you save more money because you live in a cheaper country. And in that way, the more you save to invest in yourself to increase your earnings, you can sooner invest. And that's what I'm doing. Like I'm also a big fan of Revolut. Not only because when you travel, a lot of people have Revolut and it's really easy to do bank transactions, but they also have the option to when you spend your money, they invest X percentage of your money in Bitcoin. So every time I spend my money to buy food or rent or anything, a percentage of that goes to Bitcoin. So you're investing without knowing that you're investing, without focusing on investing, because I'm focusing on earning more and building my company. And then I don't look back at the whole Bitcoin wallet that I have built up right now, because that's for later. And right now I have enough to keep my head afloat to focus on earning more through the company. That also brings me to the last point. One of the later points is the principle of dollar cost average with the compound effect. What that means, dollar cost average, is if you buy consistent, So when you come to the point of investing, you need to buy consistently, or you can buy consistently because it's not financial advice. And when you dollar cost average, the price of Bitcoin, for example, goes up, and you buy every piece. You always buy, like every week, every day, does not matter. You just buy. And when you buy, the average amount that you own stays low because you buy it through the ups and the downs, and you never stop buying. And in that way, you average the price of which you buy your Bitcoin for, or a stock, or anything that gets you a good price, instead of waiting for the ups or waiting for the downs to buy and to sell. No, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market that counts. And dollar cost averaging is a really good way to do that. And what it also brings, and that's what you hear me say as well, is when you buy, just keep it. Don't touch it, don't sell it, just keep it through the ups, the downs, or just keep it. And I'm like, again, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I think that's quite clear now. When you keep it and Bitcoin grows, the foundation that you have, the jar of Bitcoin that you have, grows as well because you consistently invest through dollar cost averaging. But that grows exponentially. So when Bitcoin grows like this, your wallet will grow like this because it compounds, it stacks on top of each other. And that's called the compound effect. So when you dollar cost average with the compound effects in Bitcoin through Revolut, this is not sponsored. I wish Revolut would sponsor me, but I can do an affiliate link down because I have an affiliate link. You can build wealth in the long run while first focusing on learning, then earning, and then from earning to investing. And to put that all on steroids, you can use financial arbitrage with dollar cost averaging and the compound effect. And if you do that in the long run, I will come back to this in 5 to 10 years, I think you will be good. Then there's another point, and that's from Robert Kiyosaki. He's the guy who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Is one big time success. And that's make sure that you own assets, not liabilities, and look at things from an investment perspective. So when you buy something, think, is it an asset or is the liability? Do I invest my time and money into assets? Because time and money are the two things that the world revolves around. It's your true toolkits. You either can buy time through money or you sell your time for money. That's how the world works. Welcome to capitalism. And you want to spend as much time and money on assets. A liability is something that costs you money, that devalues over time, something that's not worth the investment. For example, a really expensive car. Do you need a really expensive car right now? No. What is the point of the car? It brings you from point A to point B. Okay, then why would you buy an expensive car if you're not insanely rich yet? If you're rich enough to buy an expensive car and think it's like wipe your ass money, then buy it, of course. But if it does not has that amount of value, it will cost you money. You need to pay taxes on it. You need to buy benzene for it. You need to make sure it keeps on running. You have maintenance. Like, not only do you waste your money on an expensive car, but it also costs money to own the car. Right now, I moved out of my apartment. I don't own that much. I live from a suitcase. And the only things I own are the things I use. So I own clothing, I own my laptop, I own a camera stand, I own my mics, I own my phone. And those are all things I use. And because I consistently use it for my work, because I need it to work, investing in good equipment helps me to work better. I know that I have an iPhone 15 Pro, and that's where I film all my videos with. It's not an expensive camera, it's just an iPhone. But I specifically bought this iPhone because I knew it had a really good camera. So I knew it would be good to increase the quality of my content. And if the quality of my content becomes better, more people will enjoy watching it because people like shit with higher quality. And that's the same with those mics. I bought the mics to increase the quality. So I see it as an investment in my YouTube channel. I see it as an investment in myself as a business, in my own business, when I need to record Loom videos or videos in general, VSL videos, video sales letters, for an onboarding process or a freebie to give away. I want good quality. And when you have good quality stuff, you own, you invested it to upper the quality to attract better clients. I want to buy a new laptop and I'm going to buy it in a couple of months, but not yet because it still works, but it's getting kind of slow. So me buying a new laptop because I need it for my work, I see it as an investment to increase the speed. So it saves me time. I buy time back for my work. But when I would buy a liability is when I would buy a phone that I cannot afford and I need to pay it down, like a down payment on the phone or a down payment on my laptop. Then I would literally bound myself to the laptop or the phone that I still use for my work. But first, it will cost me a lot of money and I'm not able to afford it right now. So the money will not be brought back. In general, like make sure that you have as less down payments as possible. So the assets that I'm investing in right now is, of course, my business and Bitcoin. Those are things I own that will increase in value. Those are really good assets. To break it all down, first learning, then earning, from earning to investing, from investing to dollar cost averaging, to compounding, to investing in assets, not in liabilities. And that's how I am planning to build my wealth. And I see you in 10 years if it all worked out or not. If not, follow this channel, like, subscribe, do all of that to make sure you see the whole journey of me traveling the world as a homeless person and building my wealth, building my business, and building my own dream life. And if I can do it, you can do it. You just need to do the work. That's it. Not seems not to be that hard, right? Cool. Ciao.